For those of, if there's anybody that doesn't know me, my name is Regina. I'm so happy that you could be with us here on this afternoon. There's so much craziness going on. Restorative yoga is one of my most favorite things to do. It is an amazing way to give your body and your mind a reset. So I just want to go over a couple of the things that you have first. And then just a couple of just general basic things about restorative yoga. So like I said, if you have a wall available to you, you can go ahead and use that for when we do legs up the wall. If you don't, not a big deal. There will be an option for that as well. You should also have 2 bedroom pillows, 1 or 2, either one is fine, and then 3 bathroom towels, and then an optional blanket for grounding. You should feel comfortable with wherever you are. Like if you're cold, go ahead, put on a sweatshirt. We're gonna be holding in these shapes for some of them longer than others, but about maybe 7 minutes, 7 to 10 minutes. We may run a little bit over the hour just because there's some explanation to be had in between each shape. So if you want to take your towels first, I'm just going to show you just something for your folding that just makes things easier. So if you have your bathroom towel and you take it longwise, if everybody wants to take their towel, fold it in half, right? And then you've got your folded side on the top that you're touching, and then fold it again. Now you've got like this rectangle shape, and then just fold it over one more time. So if you do that with those 3 towels, and just, you can put them off to the side. So for each shape that we get into, guys, there will be different options that I will offer for each of the shapes. And again, just remember that it is an offering. So if there's something that doesn't quite feel right for you and your body, please feel free to change that shape to do something that makes it more comfortable. For those of you guys that have ever taken yin, a lot of the shapes are going to seem familiar to you, but the biggest difference is that with yin, you're looking for a little bit more of that stretch. You're looking for a little bit more of that edgy positioning for your shape. When it comes to restorative, you truly want to restore your body. So you want it to feel comfortable. You want it to be well supported. So just keep those 2 things in mind. I will offer a little bit of a spot where you can take a stretch if you want to, but before each shape, I'm going to go over several options for you to take, and then you can go ahead and take what feels good for you in your body. So, all right, with that, let's go ahead and get started. Again, guys, thank you so much for joining us today, and I'm super, super excited. Thoughts are gonna come in and out of your head, and that's really okay. Just allow yourself this time. I hope you yelled down to your family, or if they're with you, to just say, hey, I need this time for myself. So just leave me alone just for a few minutes. So, all right, everybody. So we're gonna go over the first 2 options for your first, actually, let's do a little meditation first to start off with, okay? So if laying down feels good for you, you can lay down, or you could come into a seated position, cross-legged, just somewhere where you are comfortable. Sitting up tall, sitting up well, just finding your space. When you're ready, I invite you to gently just close your eyes. Starting to take notice of how your body feels right now in this moment. Noticing the things that you're sitting on. Noticing your breath. Noticing the cooling sensation as it comes in through your nose and the warmth as it goes out. Relaxing your jaw, taking your tongue off the roof of your mouth. Relaxing your facial features. Your shoulders. Letting your breath flow naturally in and out. Gently start to deepen your breath just ever slightly, bringing a little bit more awareness back to your body. Take a deep breath in through your nose and open your mouth and let it out. Take another cleansing deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth and let it out. When you're ready, gently flutter open your eyes. Finding a nice position on your mat. The first option is to take one of your blankets, place it at the top of your mat, and you'll simply lay on your back. Allow your feet to come a little bit wider and let your knees gently fall inwards. They'll find a nice natural resting position, and your hands will gently fall off to the sides. Or you can place one on your belly and one on your heart, and just find this easy resting place. The second option is to come to the right to the outside if you're going to go for legs up the wall, just to the outside of your mat. You can then place your elbow down so that it comes to the center of your mat. Then you're going to gently roll onto your shoulder and then simply put your legs up the wall. You should have your hips kind of close to the wall. Again, you can place one hand on your belly and one on your heart. You have the option to take your legs wide, or maybe you come to Supta Baddha. You can take one leg out, whatever's going to feel comfortable for you to just settle into this shape, this very first shape, and slowly start to melt. So take a couple minutes, find the positioning that's going to work for you and with your family or yourself. And once you've settled into that shape, gently close your eyes. And start to melt. There's an old story about a Cherokee tribe and the grandfather teaching his grandson a story of life. And the grandfather tells his grandson that there is a war that wages in everybody within their heart, between the dark wolf and the light wolf. The dark wolf represents anger and envy and sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance, guilt, fear, self-pity. And the light wolf represents joy and peace and love and hope, kindness, empathy, truth, compassion, generosity. And this battle goes on between everybody within their heart. And the grandfather waited. And the grandson said, "But which one will win?" One of the stories says, "Whichever one you decide to feed." But another says, "Both, if you pay attention and feed both." If you're in a bent knee, Shavasana, you can stay there for a moment. If your legs are up the wall, slowly bend your knees. Roll over onto your shoulder. And then press yourself up off the ground. Coming to the center of your mat. Keeping an eye on where your pillows are. Those with the bent knees, go ahead and allow yourself to come over into a side lying position, into a fetal position. You've got a couple choices here. Your head will be on your blanket or your towel. And you can either have your hands together underneath your head, or maybe you extend one out, whatever's going to be comfortable for your arm. And you can take one of your pillows and place them in between your legs for additional support. If you're looking for a little extra stretch, you can take the pillow away from your head and extend both of your arms up overhead for a side stretch. Whatever's going to allow your body to just find a space to melt into it. If you feel that there's a lot of space between your head and the top of the blanket, you can always add an additional one on top. Also, at any time, if you'd like to ground yourself a little bit more, you can place your grounding blanket over your hips. Start to settle into your shape. You can even add an additional pillow in between your legs if you'd like a little extra. Find the space that's going to work and let your body just slowly melt into the shape. Close your eyes and relax. You can feel free to stay in this shape or simply allow your body to open so that you find a little twist of your spine. You can leave your legs in the position that they're in, or if you'd like a little bit deeper stretch, you can remove the pillows between your legs if they're there. Allow your top leg to come back behind you, making a zigzag. And if you need a little bit deeper, you can take your bottom leg on the heel and place it on top. You'll feel a nice stretch along the side of your body. Placing your hands in a goalpost shape. Or your legs can be still in that fetal position. If at any point you want to come back to that side lying shape, find your space that works for you. Notice anything that you're holding on to and where you can let go. If you have pillows between your legs, go ahead, remove them off to the side. And then slowly roll onto your belly. There are a couple options here. You can either remove the pillows or the towels that you have at the top for your pillows and simply place your hand or your head on your hand. Or you can have one or both pillows. Place your head on top. If you feel there's a lot of space in between and there's a lot of pressure coming forward on your shoulders, you'll take your third towel, open it long, and then roll it up. This feels really good for a little bit of support underneath the shoulders. So you roll it into a log, and when you come down to a lying position, you're simply going to wrap it underneath your chest, and then either put your forehead down, or you can lay off to the side, and that will give you a little extra support that you need to just kind of keep your shoulders propped up. Again, your forehead can be straight down, or you can be looking on one side. You have an option here to take half frog, so you can draw one of your knees up towards your elbow and find a nice position here. You also have the option to take your pillow, place it at the end of your mat for a little extra foot support. So lots of different choices. Just kind of play with each one, see which one is going to give you the best option to find your comfort zone. If you choose to take the half frog and your head turned to one side, I will cue you halfway through to switch sides. Placing your props in places that's going to give your whole body the full support that it needs to just restore. If your head is turned to one side or if you're in half frog, slowly and gently switch sides. Being mindful in your movements to move gently. And we settle into your shape on the other side. Noticing your breath. With every inhale, you breathe in peace. And every exhale, breathe out doubt. Gently making your way to the other side. If you made the U shape with your towel, go ahead and remove that off to the side. Making your way on the opposite side. Allowing your body to come into a fetal position. Again, the option to place your pillow in between your legs. Hands can be by your head or out extended along the sides. If you'd like a little bit of a side body, you can remove the pillows from under your head and simply take your arms up over top. Start to make the shape that feels good for you on the opposite side. Move slowly into your positions. Allow your breath to take you with you. If you'd like a little more grounding, you can place the blanket on top of your hips or on your shoulders. and feel safe in your space. And stay in the position that you're in, or open your chest open to feel a little bit more of a twist. Again, if you need a little bit more, you can remove the pillow from the leg and take your top in between your legs and take your top leg back behind you, taking the bottom leg and the heel right on top of the knee. You'll feel that nice stretch down the side of your body. Or you can simply leave your legs off to the side. If at any point this gets too intense, you can simply roll back over to your side body. You are in your spinal twist. Simply bring your knees together and bring them towards the center of the mat so that you're now lying face up. We're going to take one final shape before we come into our Shavasana. We've got lots of options. We're coming into Supta Baddha, so you're going to place your heels together. Your knees will splay out. You can either stay here with one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. If you feel this is too intense of a stretch on your inner thighs, you have the option to either take your blankets or you can take either one of your pillows and kind of tuck them underneath your hips. If you need a little extra, you can fold them and kind of towards the top of your hips. And then let your legs splay out, and that will give you the support that you need to take some of the intensity off of your inner thighs. Again, your hands can be by your side or one on the belly, one on the heart. If you would like to turn this into a little bit more of a heart opener, you can take your blanket, you can take two of the blankets, put them right underneath right at the back of your hips. The other blanket will become your new pillow. And when you go to lay down, you'll find that this is a little bit more of a chest opener. Again, if you need a little bit support, you can have your pillows be underneath your hips, which will allow your chest to open up. You can place your hands by your sides, or one on your heart, one on your belly, wherever you're most comfortable. So play with a couple of those shapes. See which one is going to work the best for you. And once you've found that space, allow yourself again to notice your breath come in and out. And with every inhale, you find a little bit more ease. And every exhale, a little bit more relaxation. The option to stay where you are in the shape that you have, or to slowly take the props out from underneath your thighs if they are there, and gently extend your legs out in front of you, letting your hands fall off to the sides. Taking any other shapes that your body might feel that it needs. And then gently come into this final pose, this Shavasana. It can be on your back, it can be on your belly. It's the place that finds you the most peace and the most grounding. When you've made your way into that shape and found your most comfortable spot, take a deep breath in through your nose. And open your mouth and let it out. Knowing that everything is exactly as it should be in this moment and this space. Gently start to deepen your breath. Feeling the rise and the fall of the chest and the belly. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Swirling your wrists around. Taking your arms up overhead and giving yourself a big stretch. And gently drawing your knees into your chest, giving yourself a squeeze of love and compassion, possibly rolling your hips around, right to left, then left to right. And when you're ready, let your legs drop to either side into a fetal position. Your body at this point will naturally want to go to one side or another. Let it just fall where it may. When we notice the battle that's going on in our bodies and in our hearts between these two wolves, we need to recognize both, for both play a role in our lives. If you deny the black wolf and don't feed it, it will become angry. It will become impatient and enraged and wait for the time when you feel weak and distracted, because it will always be seeking the attention that it craves. When you feed both wolves, then they balance each other out. You need both. The dark wolf has many, many amazing characters. It is fearless. It is strong-willed. It complements the light wolf. When we feed both, we find inner peace. We find a balance. Gently press your hand into your earth and the mat, coming up to a seated position, keeping your eyes closed, bringing your hands to heart center. In these times of uncertainty and doubt, allowing yourself the space and the time to acknowledge all of the feelings, all that rages within your body, within your mind, within your heart. Trying not to suppress it, but to acknowledge it, to help bring peace to it. We learn from all of the opposition. We learn from all of the difficult times. As long as we keep our eyes open, as long as we allow things to be as they are and not try to resist them, but accept them and ride with them. Bringing your knuckles to your third eye, the sign of intuition. Take one more cleansing deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth, let it out. Bowing to the love, the light, the strength that lies in each one of us. Sending out the energy and the love that we've created here this afternoon for all of the world to feel. Sending love, prayers, support, and strength. We conclude our practice by saying namaste.
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 Hi, how's everyone feeling?
Good.
Great.
You guys did amazing. So this is a little bit different. Usually in a restorative class, there's a lot of individual adjustments and stuff like that. So listening to your body in the spaces that you needed to go, but it's an amazing way for you. There's such a huge mind-body connection. So when you can allow your mind to find a little bit of peace and your body to find a little bit of rest, it actually can help calm the anxiety and the nervousness and the stress and allow you to face all of these things right now that are really uncertain and unsure of. But you guys did amazing. You guys did great.
Thank you, Regina.
Thank you.
Love
That was great.
this peace that you have with you throughout the day, and you know, when things get like that, always even just taking a deep breath just really just helps to calm the nervous system and go. Yeah. But I would love to get your guys' thoughts and opinions on it. I mean, it's so different, everything that we're doing, being at home and just kind of talking it through on a computer.
It's wonderful that we have access to this thanks to you.
So guys, tomorrow we can do flow at we're gonna do vinyasa at 9:30.
9:30. Yay.
Vinyasa at 9:30. So if anybody wants to join in, it's the same meeting ID number, but it's posted on my Facebook too. And then Regina, I'll send this to you and you can send it out so you guys will have this class if you want to ever do it again.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Sounds good. Thanks.
All right, guys.